What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash. Shout out to the Dragon Riders. Looking at this thing on the daily time frame on Coinbase, you can see here that we are below this purple line. The last two times that we were below the purple line were actually really good times to buy. Like best time to buy. Even at the purple line, good time to buy, right? Also, even here, even with this drop included, like that's still a relatively good area to buy. Here we are below the purple line again. Now there is something different about it, right? Here we've been below it for 1, 2, 3 days now. Before it was 1 day and then the opening of the next day. And then here, not even a full day. We just wicked down there. So this is a little bit longer than what we're used to. If we look at the daily, we did break out of this kind of ascending trend line right here, right? This little like wedge formation. If we had a top line up here too, we broke out of it. And that would lead me to believe, even with this double top on the R side, that this up move is over. We're starting a down move. Starting a down move doesn't mean that I think we're going all the way back down here, but something, probably a little bit more extensive than this. Probably something that takes us below this low. I wouldn't think that we'd go below this low, though. But also take into account that we do have a lower low in the RSI with a higher low in the price. And that is hidden bullish divergence, especially something to be taken seriously in an uptrend, which we definitely are in right now. And the last time that we saw like some kind of move like this, maybe not the last time, but there was a time right here where we were in the overbought zone, came all the way down, and we bounced right here. If you go all the way, if you look to the right, that dashed line is right there where we are now in the RSI. And we saw a bounce that took us all the way to the overbought zone. We saw a move that took us to new highs. Could we be doing that right now? Maybe. So there is hope, kind of both ways. I would say from this point, from everything I've said, the statistic, or like what I would think is more likely would be that we still go down. But there are some bullish things going on. Something else that's bullish, actually, before we move on, is this RSI. If I change it to the 123, the way that I've noticed, it's not always, it's general. I'd say it's like 60 to 70% of the time that this is accurate. It's good to use other indicators to kind of back it up, But we do have this RSI above the 50. Anytime that I've noticed it's above the 50, but the price is below the purple line, the 123 purple line moving average versus the 123 RSI, not versus, they're working together actually. Whenever you're below the 123 moving average, but the RSI is above the 50 level, it's a good time to buy. Above the 50, below the purple line, good time to buy. Below the purple line, above the 50, good time to buy. Here, above the purple line, under the 50, good time to sell, stuff like that. So, and it's not always perfect. Like there's, right here, this would have been a good time to buy right here, but you were below the 50, and below the purple line. So it's not always 100% effective, but it's something I like to use in congruency with other indicators, stuff like that. Something I like to look at time to time, but I like to use the 10 more often than not. Some people use 14, 12, 20, whatever, 8. Lower than that even. If you find it relevant, if it works for you, then it works for you. Who cares? It's as long as you're not losing money, that's a good thing. But looking at this 4 hour, that was the daily. There was some bullish stuff, there was some bearish stuff. Not really enough for me to be decisive one way or another. But this 4 hour, I have to be honest, is getting me a little bit bullish right now. This RSI looks very constructive. I mean, it's the basis for something that could be constructive. We have some headwinds to break through, but it's very possible that we could. This is a good look, okay? Most of the time when Bitcoin Cash on its 4 hour bounces off of this oversold zone, we get movements that are at least like up to this 50, right? Or, I mean, let's see, back, it was here, we went all the way up to like almost 60, something like that. It does like to bounce off here and then go higher. At least the RSI does, right? And same thing that I was talking about with this daily, how we broke out of this trend on the 4 hour. If we were to move up more, have a bounce from here and move up more, as is like common, we might break out of this descending trend that we're in right now, this like descending wedge almost that we're in right now. And it depends on how you want to draw it, maybe it's like this, I don't know. It could be some kind of channel with like random breaks, I don't know. But depending on how you want to draw it, I would think that if we were to move up above this 40 area, the bearish area of control, we would break this descending trend line, and that would potentially be the end of this down move that we've been in since up here, right? And the fact that we have this, yes, it was the end of the up move, but we had a bit of a down move. I would think that it would be more extensive, but we do have hidden bullish divergence. There are things happening to the bullish effect too. We are, at the 618 from this low to this high. We're at the 618 from this low to this high. We're at the 0.5 from, I think it's from this high to this low. We're at the 382 and we're not showing any respect on it, right? Yeah, we're not showing any respect, but we haven't shown respect on it before, so who cares? This might not be as relevant. But still a common area to find support after rejecting the 618, even if we're not respecting it 100%. There are some bullish things lining up. Pair that with the fact that, this 4 hour really does look bullish. I have to say, we're holding a very critical area. The line to hold was this one right here, and we held it. We didn't even actually touch it, which is nice to see. Volume came in a little bit, not tremendous amounts of volume, but if I had to lean one way or another, guys, I think I've shifted yet again. I think that I would have to be bullish here. I really do. It is possible that we could go lower. Really all it would take is for Bitcoin to take a dump. But man, things kind of feel, look at this bullish divergence on Bitcoin right now, man. Things kind of feel like they're about to take a turn, and for the good side. I wondered what the DXY is doing. DXY. Oh, that was a bad one. Very bullish day, man. Holy crap. It's very bullish. Look at that. You broke out of your wedge here, but you had hidden bullish divergence. You had a lower low in your RSI, but a higher low in your price. And then look at the reaction you had because you're in an uptrend. Generally, with this kind of look, I would expect that you go down to the oversold zone, but not always. General is general. It's not always. But damn, man, this would look like it wants to continue to go. I don't know. Maybe we go up higher, form some more bearish divergence, and then go down. But I wonder, DXY indicator. Let's see. I want to delete that. That's what I need to do. Sure, we can delete the MA. Let's see. Correlation coefficient to Bitcoin. And we'll do it on Coinbase, sure. Maybe, yeah, that's fine. Maybe not. Maybe do it on the index. Let's see. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Let's see here. No, I'm not trying to compare it. My bad, guys. Okay, there we go. Now we got it. So yeah, we're at a point, what I was trying to do, if you stuck around throughout all that confusion, we're at a point where Bitcoin versus the dollar is kind of at the lower ends of its uncorrelation, its decorrelation, its moments where it moves less like the dollar instead of more like the dollar. And for most of its life, you can see, yes, they are, they're, what's the word, inversely correlated. So like when the dollar moves down, the Dixie moves down, Bitcoin moves up, right? That's what that inverse means. Or like whenever it's moving up, Bitcoin's moving down. That's what that means. But there are periods where they become a little bit more correlated than decorrelated. And right now, I'd say if you look at just like the overall kind of shape of this like all-time history for Bitcoin, I would say we're at a phase where we're going to start to see some correlation to the dollar. So if the dollar's looking bullish right now, a lot of people are saying if the dollar goes up, DXY goes up, that Bitcoin's going to take a shit. I would argue maybe not. Maybe they can move in unison. Maybe, Bitcoin's worst month, not worst month, but where we found the low for the bear cycle was November of 2022. November was a red month for the dollar as well. And it, to be fair, it was two months after its top. So Bitcoin found its bottom 2 months after its top, not on the same top, right? So they moved together more or less for a couple months, and then Bitcoin finished off November kind of, let's see, kind of similar, I believe. I know this is a video about Bitcoin Cash, you guys, and I'm getting distracted here, but let me see. November 2022 was this month here, yeah. 16% to the downside, I don't know, bigger than what we've been seeing. But anyways, back to Bitcoin Cash. The whole reason I'm talking about that stuff is that even though the dollar's looking a little bit strong right now, I don't necessarily think that that's as bad as it normally is. We might be in a phase where crypto becomes a little bit more correlated with the dollar. Bitcoin does look kind of bullish, and BCH very much does look bullish. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. If you liked the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.